This is sort of cliff notes. Even though this has already happened, you'd say, well, then why share information with anybody? Because how is anybody going to benefit by what it is that I experienced in the past and then the present and then the future when there's only a present moment at the completion of a circuit, which is the first breath of creative expression? But I thought I would share because I became aware of it because I was sharing some stuff with Karen in her window this morning about what I was aware of as a little child. A lot of what she's putting up now, I was already aware of then. And then when I was a child, I was saying to myself, I'm aware of this, but imagine me trying to wake everybody up and to let them be aware of what's coming. You know, like the preview of coming attractions. You wouldn't be able to wake them up because one, they're not going to believe it. So don't even bother. Don't even waste your time. Yeah. That has everything to do with processor speed at the monad level. Yeah. An umbrella, the shield protecting the all creation. What we know, when we know it, and why we know it, when we know it, where we know it. Between time, density, and dimension. Yeah. Even though there isn't any time, I'm only experiencing what love is, the first creative expression. And so sometimes I play with this a little bit, but it's not funny because of the way that language operates as an operating system of communication, right? The sound tones, electrified sound and light. Join is what? A mono ira, like Ireland, Tara. And so I think about like words. This is how bad the language is when you think of alphabet soup, right? Or numbers and letters, complex number space between negative numbers, positive numbers, or great lessons actually that Tim Refat put out when you can sort of cross-link, which is cross-indexing circulation libraries of what's already been recorded, which means you've experienced that by virtue of learning that, how it applies as the application of consciousness to experience a grid, right? The holographic grid, which is the structure, which is what we experience in our CRT screen, right? A visual display. So we have what we see and what we don't see, right? And so I was imagining just taking the one word, for example, and how we can, and I love Bill Donahue on his channel, which was Hidden Meanings. He passed away, I believe, but he did a whole number of videos that was covering the whole gamut of programming and how it relates to, for example, Buddha, Buddhahara, right? The Krishna, the story was a Bhagavad Gita, and just taking a simple word, right? And when we get into consonants and syllables, phonetics, the phone, the acid and the alkaline, the language of DNA, the original language, the original sounds. But take, for example, the word machine. And what is the root word of machine? Mach. How can we apply the word Mach? Where have we experienced something by virtue of what we've loaded into memory, what the definition of Mach is? Sound. Remember? Breaking the sound barrier. The barrier. Oh, the barrier. Now we're into amnesic barriers. The dissociative identity disorder. Disorder. Self-organized and disorder. Organizing data, which is organizing a library.